All right, what's going on? Welcome to DFG Podcast number 60. This is End Time, your host, as always, chilling here this evening. And if you caught the title already, it says what it is, and it is what it says. I really don't care, and we're going to tell you why. This evening, we're just feeling a special kind of way. Really didn't want to throw anything together, to be honest with you guys, and jump on here. And I'm going to give you all the reasons why. One in particular reason comes up, and it's some of the gameplay that you're watching if you're catching this on youtube.com/drama-free gaming. You'll see the gameplay there. That's coming through my Oculus Quest 2. Or whatever it is they're calling it. I think they dropped the name Oculus. Maybe they're calling it Meta Quest 2 or the Meta 2 or whatever it is. Whatever my boy Zuckerberg out there decides, he's the one making the billions. I don't care really what he wants to call it. I'm going to keep calling it Oculus because I can do that, right? I'm not sponsored by nobody. Don't care to be. If that happens one day, whoop-de-doo. But I'm just going to give it to you how it comes off the dome sometimes. And tonight, so far, I'm just flying solo here, so we're going to be doing some monologue. I know Jay said he was on the way. If he shows up, cool. We'll chat, we'll talk, we'll have some banter. And if not, then, you know, it is what it is. I don't know where Henyo's at. He might be coming in here, but shout out to both of those guys. They're always here. They're doing their thing. They're doing life. And that's what we've been doing, guys. Don't forget to catch us on a replay. Share this out with others. Hit the subscribe button. This is the least that you can do, all right? Just hit that subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up button. If you don't like what you hear or what you see, then too bad. Tune in somewhere else. There's about a kabillion of these podcasts out here, but we try to keep things real and we try to keep things drama free. So I'm not going to try to win you over with some nice words and soft words. Sometimes we're going to get into the thick of things. We'll get into some news. We'll talk about some topics. Sometimes we'll get off topic and talk about something else. And like tonight, we're really going to come at you with the I really don't care attitude, and I've been feeling like that. But before we jump into that, guys, as well, we are over on anchor.fm/DFG podcast. So if you could do me a favor, go over there, subscribe. That's the audio version, which comes up shortly after we do this live here on YouTube. And I'm hoping tonight, YouTube doesn't act stupid and we actually get this stream in one piece through. And I see that Dark Dad just jumped in. I don't know if he's muted or not, but Dark Dad, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
He hear me. What's going on, Jay? I was just chatting with these people and telling them that, the title is called tonight, I Really Don't Care, and we're going to tell you why. So that's the title of the podcast, man. So
wait, hold on. You sound like this podcast. You built this one for me. I mean, I usually don't care.
Well, I might just walk away and let you. Oh, there he goes. He jumped off. Okay, he probably had a disconnect. Well, I ain't booed him for sure. Here he is. He's back. Let's. He hit the wrong button. Jay, what happened? What happened, bro?
There we go.
Okay, you hit the wrong button, huh?
My laptop had the Charlie Brown moment. It made me go, huh?
I thought you fat fingered something or whatever. So.
Well, what you trying to say? I got fat fingers, man?
I don't know, brother. Right, I'm nowhere near your fingers and don't want to be.
I mean, if you want to be that way, you can catch these cans of stone. That's what you can do.
Keep them fingers on your controller, whatever that is.
Stupid.
So what's up, man? I'm just, we're just chilling tonight, man. Really, it's episode 60, and like I put on the Discord here, and you guys can join if you want. If you don't, oh well, go join somewhere else. But we keep it drama free. We keep it real. Bunch of gray heads, like we say before. We have a couple of young bucks and in between, but we all get along. We all chat, and sometimes we're just in that mood. And I'm in that mood, Jay, where I really didn't want to chat about anything specific. I mean, all this news and all this stuff is just, it's tiring.
Okay. Well, first off, let me tell you what I don't want to hear about. There are a lot of people, and we can go ahead and get this started. Damn the intros, damn all that.
Well, you're too late. You like 5 minutes late, so I already took care of it.
Well, I know you would.
So your stage is yours. Go for it.
I look at it this way first and foremost. Hey guys, stop crying about who buys what. Just stop. Yeah. It ain't big news that Sony bought somebody. It ain't no more. Yeah. It just ain't. Oh my God, Sony bought Bungie.
Right.
What was it? The clip I sent you, your boys? That was a medium sketch.
Right.
Medium sketch? What does it mean? Right. It ain't rare, and it wasn't done with.
Right.
I'm sorry. All that whole thing is garbage, and I think we can agree with me.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what. It didn't change my bank account. It didn't change, my lifestyle. It didn't change my gaming. I see Henyo in the chat. He's like, "What's up? What's up, Henyo? Shout out to you, man." In all fairness, Jay, I'm going to say this, because I really don't care. When the news hit about the $68.7 billion that Xbox spent on Activision and all that other stuff, I was like, okay, cool. But to me, to be honest, the talking heads, like, they just jumped on that news and we're talking about and beating that horse to death. Like, what's going to change now? Activision going to be exclusive. Activision going to be on all these platforms. Call of Duty, blah, blah, blah. And I got tired of it, bro, to be honest. So when the Sony news came around and the whole thing with Bungie being bought out, and then you see some Sony ponies, all of a sudden, the clickbait for the videos, because you got to get the clickbait video titles, Sony turned around and bought Halo. And I was like, people got no license, so stupid. You're real stupid. But
y'all do realize Bungie don't make Halo no more.
It's like since I don't know since when, right? Since like Halo 2.
Bungie created Halo.
Yeah,
they just don't make it no more. They Destiny now.
Yeah, man.
So they didn't buy Halo. Microsoft owns Halo. They have Master Chief by the balls. That's they man. They own him.
Finish this fight.
Sony.
and and then they'll probably like stop clinging on to his nuts or something.
I know, right?
No, they're not. They got him.
Chief,
They're holding him extra tight now because there's gonna be that show on Paramount come March, the end of March, March 24, I think. The Halo show.
The showrunners left the show.
They left. What are you talking about? They left the show. I haven't heard that.
Showrunners quit. I didn't see you. I didn't see you that article. Yo, I'm sorry.
They just announced the trailer and everything. They're go, man. With or without whoever is stuck around.
Well, the showrunners are basically the guys that they make the show and they do all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the acquisition happened, they were like, nope.
Oh, whatever, man. It's whatever. At this point, bro, I'm gonna watch it, and if it's good, great. If it's not, then it's just gonna be what it is, right? I mean, it's like we just move on to the next thing. But already got Sleek in the chat as well over here on the YouTube side. He said he's playing Arceus while he's listening. That means he ain't really listening.
Sleek. All Sleek got a controller in his hand going clickety clack, clickety clack. That's what Sleek doing right
It's
now.
all good, brother. We appreciate you being here and Henyo cracking up about me saying a kabillion. Yeah, I mean, think about it, Jay. Like right now, when someone says so and so made $100 million or $500 million, I'm like, that's chump change because I'm used to hearing billion now.
Nah. You know what I say? Where mine at?
Yeah, where's your?
Cause
keep waiting on that.
Yeah, for real, right? Like they sitting around talking about dollar amount. Man, I don't give a damn about that. You ain't sending me a check, so why should I care?
Money. It's crazy because when you start talking about money and in the quantity of billions, I can't even imagine what a billion looks like up close and personal. I can imagine how many stacks of stacks is that. I can't. Even if you do the math for me and paint me a picture, it's still like I don't get it. It's ridiculous. It's just a ridiculous amount of money. So, but again, it don't change my life. I'm still gaming and I still live in the same house. I still put my pants on one leg at a time. So, it is what it is, right?
Basically, look, being real, I could die tomorrow and gaming ain't gonna change. So I love talking about it. I love being about it. But y'all talking about passing money around like everybody at the they pass this money around like everybody at the table playing poker. Right. Y'all do realize all the CEOs, all them dudes eat lunch together.
Exactly.
They talk together.
Exactly. Exactly.
They all cool.
Yep. They all fly in their private jets to the same resort for the holidays. They're all chilling on these private islands and all that. I mean, yeah, for real. Like I used to work in social services. Part of my job was being in the court, and it was the funniest experience and the biggest eye-opening moment that I had was when I was there in the court and you have your plaintiff, you have the defense, and they're going back and forth. And these attorneys, I mean, were like tearing into one another. I mean, they were like split seconds from like jumping on each other's necks, and the bailiff's trying to like get in and keep them, look like a talk show host. But brother, as soon as like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock came, that judge said, okay, we're calling for break. Guess who you found at the diner downstairs or whatever together, just chewing the fat? The same attorneys, and it was like, yo, y'all were just upstairs like killing each other and cursing each other out, and now you're here just eating like nothing, like y'all best friends. And that's the same thing here with all this nonsense that's going on, man. Like, Xbox is gonna do this and PlayStation not playing nice and Nintendo's a bunch of a-holes and blah blah blah. Yo, they don't, it's like the news gets to a point where it's like, you do realize, like you just said, Jay, you do realize that they're all like in one stratosphere over here, like, and we're like the peons down here, right?
They be like, look, man, it don't matter what we say or do. I could the president of Sony Incorporated.
Yeah.
Can go, you know what? I can make $1 million by going to the bathroom and taking a dump, and people would lose their mind.
Yeah.
What's no reason.
What's his name? Jim Ryan. Have you checked out that cat? Like, have you taken a good hard look at him?
Why? He ain't done nothing for me. He ain't paying my bills.
I'm just saying the man looks tired. I think like for sure somebody's pulling his strings because one month he's saying something, another week he's saying something else, then he backtracks and says something else, and I'm like, this guy is getting pulled in 12 different directions. Now he's all about gaming and can't wait to see games on PC. And I mean, just rewind the tape and watch it like about a month ago. They were like, no, we are committed and dedicated to exclusivity on our plastic box, yada 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 yada. Yeah, and then you saw the bottom line and you was like, oh, who snap? Got to change that strategy real quick.
You know what? I would love to see what Nintendo does in the meeting when they see, hey, Sony just bought such and such for X amount of money. I bet all the cats in Nintendo like, really? You do know we got that like in a drawer somewhere, right?
Yeah, man.
Like we could write you a check, but we refuse to.
Yeah, man. Nah, we talked about Nintendo so much, and then them brothers over there, they're in a whole other realm of just stupidity and whatnot. So,
well, hold on. Now, do you realize? I think people fail to realize how much money Nintendo actually has.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, and news flash, ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to this, Nintendo didn't make their money off the games.
Mm-hmm.
They made their money off Game Boy.
Yep.
Like they made billions off Game Boy.
Yep.
The original, I could smack you across the head with a brick Game Boy.
Yep.
Then the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. Man, them dudes, why? And they just sitting around like, y'all think we broke? Nah,
man.
We do what we want to do because we can. Your system failed. Nintendo's like, and?
Yeah,
got money.
That's what I was gonna say. They could afford to like screw up one whole generation and then hit it on the next one. It's like, okay, yeah, you're right.
Hold on.
That was a good venture.
Nintendo screwed up 2 generations of gaming, 64 and the GameCube.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm saying like, it's like they kind of like hit and miss, but it's all a hit because they're making money left and right and whatnot. So. But let me get to the chat here. Henyo says that what he's saying, teaser looked good. I think he's referring to Arceus that Sleek is playing, and then Pokemon Baby. that's Sleek with Pokemon. Maglam Lord at midnight. This brother think he's gonna be up at midnight playing another game. So he's going from game to game to game, which is cool, man. That's cool if that's what you got to do to get them games in. And Henyo says enemies on the field and friends off the field. Exactly. That's how it works. They're gonna fight and all this other stuff and people. The sensationalism. This week I was just done with it, man. I woke up and this whole acquisition stuff and people still talking about Call of Booty and all this other stuff, and I was just like, I'm done with it, man. Like, how many more headlines, how many more spin-off stories, how much more speculation? Like, nothing is set in stone. The ink is still wet on the paper. We still gotta wait a whole year for stuff to fall into place. You know what I thought about, Jay? I thought about, okay, who's going to then acquire EA and Ubisoft? Because them two companies is screwed up. Their culture and all their stuff, they're screwed up. They're just waiting for someone to come and hand over a golden parachute. so they can ride off into the sunset.
I'm gonna tell you right now, a crackhead wouldn't invest in EA right now.
You sure?
Let's just be
be careful.
I'm saying it. A crackhead wouldn't invest in EA.
Oh man,
EA's being sued to oblivion. Loot boxes suck.
Yeah,
but, EA has painted themselves so bad to a corner. You'd be dumb to spend money on them right now.
Yeah, well, EA said they were gonna stop doing the microtransactions and stuff. They were just gonna go full blown macro transactions. I mean, they were just gonna go deeper into your pocket. So,
well,
they're not going nickel and dime us no more.
EA also said they're gonna make changes to Madden. Did that happen? Nope. Hey, we're gonna bring back some of our old EA titles. Did that happen? Nope. Hey, EA's gonna be one of the greatest companies ever created. Will that ever happen? Nope. So
Man,
there you go.
It's a shame. It's a shame because I remember growing up and Madden football before they got the NFL license. Dude, that was the game to play, man. I remember having a great time with Hanyo and with some of our friends there in the same building and in the same neighborhood that we lived in. We used to play that Madden football, man. And it was great, man. We did our own like trees on paper, our own like graph trees and all that stuff. And we would, play 5-minute quarters. And it was a lot of fun, man. And then, then they ruined it. Then they ruined it for us.
No, they didn't. You ruined it for yourself. You went, this game sucks. I don't want to play it no more. That's what happened.
I mean, the game got the NFL title. I think it was back in '94. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. When they got the actual NFL sponsorship or whatever you want to call it, the license. It was great, man.
I think they got the official license back in 2006 because NFL 2K5 was the last official like Sega or anybody else. But NFL licensing.
No, but Madden had it. I think. Well, anyways, I don't care. This is I don't care. I really don't care. I'm not gonna go into it. I really just don't care. I don't give two toots about it, bro. Whenever it was that they got it, the game was legit. Like Henyo says in the chat, it was legit. We had a lot of fun growing up playing it on the Sega Genesis. We played that game to death, man. That was one of those games. The EA hockey was dope back in the days, man. And like we actually followed like football and hockey. And so the teams that we actually played with, we didn't need them to have like the license and stuff because we knew like the starting players on the teams and whatnot. And so we used something called our imagination. It takes brain cells to use that. Kids nowadays are like, smoking the weed and burning the brain cells. So they ain't got too much imagination. They got to be on that social media and see stupid TikTok videos. But I'm going on a tangent here. But you can jump in whenever.
Okay, I'm gonna let you know right now. See, when you and Henyo was sitting down playing John Madden football, see, I was a Sega Sports Talk guy.
Yeah, I played that Sega Sports Talk. Don't get it twisted, man. We used to jump in there too.
Joe Montana Sports Talk football.
Yes.
You heard that dude? Montana back to pass. Going deep. Caught by I was like, yo, that was my game right
That was dope. That was dope because they did it first before Madden did, before anybody. The whole Sports Talk play-by-play, that was legit. So you're right about that.
Yeah, so I mean, look, dude, you don't want to go old school gaming with me because I have you on here all night. We'll end up going reminiscing on all these old games. It'll happen that way.
I mean, we're loosey goosey this evening, man. We're gonna be chatting here a little bit about this, about that, whatever comes to mind. But Henyo says it in the chat again. He says, to the point, we used to play the hockey, the EA hockey, EA NHL hockey, to the point that it sent us to the street to play hockey. We used to play street hockey as well. So that was fun. No, but on foot. Like we didn't have like no skates and stuff. We were poor living in the projects, all right? So
well,
I couldn't afford skates.
Y'all right. I think that as good as gaming has become, I do miss those times where you would play Tecmo Super Bowl, and then next thing you know, you would get the fellas be like, yo, let's go out and play tackle football. Man, you be out there doing your thing, getting sweaty.
Yeah.
Like why you have to power drive that dude when he caught the ball? that was not
Man, Jay talking about power driving people.
Hey, dude. Okay, we talking back in the days where you took a hit, you had to be mad about it.
Well, like, I mean, you were blessed because you was out there, and I bet you was playing like in big open fields and stuff. Henyo and I mean, we basically grew up together. We lived in the same project, same building, and we played football in the parking lot downstairs. So our outer bounds was where the cars were parked. So if you ran into one of them bad boys while you was going deep for a pass,
let me guess. That classic sound. Donk.
yup, you be on somebody's hood, man.
Or somebody come out there, why you hit my car? Hey, man, my bad.
Nah, man, I think everybody, you park there at your own risk because we was out there playing, man. But
That brother said your own risk. No, it's your own risk, not theirs. Yours. They come out there, they be wanting to fight and swing.
We knew how to run. We play with that Nerf football, like Henyo says, Nerf City football. That's right. And,
wow, you took it back there.
Nerf City football, but Sleek says he's a FIFA NHL guy. Yup. We played a little bit of FIFA. We never.
Hold on.
What was that?
Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off, Sleek. What was the first FIFA game you played? What was the year? I gotta know.
Okay, he's gonna put it in the chat. I'll let you know when it pops up.
I need him to tell me that. Because I know. See, Sleek is one of these young bucks out here. Even though his gaming knowledge is superb, I think this brother was in the womb trying to hold a controller in his hand, but he didn't know nothing yet. He was like, "Hey, I can't wait to touch this controller. Where it at, though?"
My first soccer game was like on the Sega Master System, like Sega Soccer or something.
Oh, are you? Wow.
The ball was bigger than the characters. but we played those games and it was so much fun. And I think a big part of it that played into it was that we played not just video games, but like in my case, in Henyo's case, I'm sure, and a lot of the guys growing up around the block, we played Dungeons and Dragons. So we used our imagination a lot. Like our imagination was actually developed. So we were used to playing Dungeons and Dragons with a piece of graph paper. Like we didn't have no cute little models. We didn't have no video, no nothing. It was just a dungeon master narrating and describing the scenario and all that. And you imagined everything. So when we played these games that you look at today and you go, what? You actually have fun playing that game? We were like, yeah, because our imagination ran wild. We filled in all the gaps, and to us, it was like legit soccer. What I always said, I said it here before on previous podcasts, but I used to love playing that pro wrestling for the Sega Master System. You go back to that game. That game is like the Sega Master System control has only 2 buttons on it. There's only so much you can do. But for me, it was mad fun, man. Henyo says here that I didn't know that. End Time introduced me to FIFA. I did. So I introduced Henyo to the baseball, to MLB The Show, and I introduced him to FIFA. Sleek says that his first FIFA game was 94. 94. Yeah, he says 94.
What was he like? 2?
Man, I graduated high school in 92. So
good Lord. I graduated in 99. Man, you might be making me feel my age right now though. That ain't even cool, man.
I'm just saying, man. He's like, he was 2. I'm like, well, I graduated in 92, so 92 I graduated and shipped out to Marine Corps. So, man,
yeah, well, those were different times, man.
Yeah, man.
Back in the day, gaming was so prevalent that if a new show came out, dude, there were board games.
Mm-hmm.
There were cartoons. Like, man, the Mario Brothers game just came out, but why is the TV show right behind it though? Like, really?
Yeah, and the TV shows were terrible.
Nah, don't you?
And we still tuned in and watched them.
Don't you go there?
There was nothing else. Man. There was nothing else to do, brother. It's like Henyo says in the chat. Back in the days, there wasn't any social media distraction because there was none. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to use your imagination. You had to be creative. You filled in the gaps with your games. You played board games. You played, Scrabble, Monopoly, Trouble, Sorry. You go down the list. All these games, you owned at least 1 or 2 of them, and you played them. You actually played them. you know?
That's true.
And you got together and you actually socialized. Like I went to dinner the other night with my wife and a couple that invited us. And we went to this restaurant. And let me tell you, it blew me away when we got there that there was nobody on their phone. Everybody that was in that place was talking and laughing and interacting, from the youngest to the oldest. And I was like amazed, because you go anywhere today, everybody is, I call this the 45-degree angle generation. Everybody's head is down and they're in their screen. And that's what they do. They cross the street that way. They go to the bathroom that way. They wipe their behind that way. They're oblivious to everything that's going on around them. Right? I mean, I'm not just saying that. I do that sometimes. I got to catch myself and say, wait, let me put this thing down, because I've been on this phone like forever.
I think people fail to realize, I think if you're a certain age, I would say if you 30 and under, a lot of you got to realize the internet and what's going on now, that's still fairly new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't understand that. Like when I was in my 20s, 19, 18, there was the internet. I mean, you had, back then it was game facts, porn, and the news.
Game facts for
look, I'm being real about this, okay?
Did you used to wait like the whole hour for that one picture to load up?
Let me tell you something.
Beano.
I'll tell you something. When
He said, "Come on."
When you put in that landline. You had to wait 10 minutes to get online. You had to wait another 10 minutes for your computer to boot up. And then you had to wait 3 minutes for a website to load. So yes.
3 minutes, man. That's you must have had some high speed stuff going on. Let's be real, guys, because growing up, once you had that internet, you had that access. Like you said, you was watching things you wasn't supposed to be watching.
Yes, sir.
And you waited. You waited patiently. You was like, click. You could walk away, make a sandwich. Like for real.
And like online gaming, even though it did start in the PC world, like consoles.
Yeah.
We didn't start online gaming until I think it was PlayStation 2 that really brought it to the forefront.
Yeah. No, don't forget Xbox, bro. Xbox had that infrastructure in there.
Dreamcast did it as well.
Yeah, Dreamcast had the infrastructure, but it wasn't until Xbox jumped in there and they had that whole live thing going on and the chat. Remember, because that was a big thing with Halo. That people can actually like start chatting and playing and the multiplayer and all that. That's what blew that up. But anyways, who cares? I ain't talking about none of that. I don't care about that. Who did it first?
Don't you bring gaming into this like that?
Don't you dare talk about gaming on this gaming podcast.
If it is, we talk about gaming, so I gotta squeeze it in somewhere.
I gotta hit you with the nope.
Oh, did you find it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. But I tell you what, though, like Henyo says, he says that I introduced him to FIFA, and it was Sega Genesis FIFA. Sleek says, yeah, Sega. Sleek said he used to do the Mario dance.
Do the Mario, swing your arms.
Oh my God,
Come on,
no.
It's time to go do the Mario. Take one step. And then
that gets I gotta take that out to the back. Oh man, yo,
sorry.
Let me chill. I gotta pipe it down here because if I get too loud, my wife will come busting in through that door.
Why she go come in? She go kick in the door like she SWAT. What y'all doing?
What? She ain't even gonna say what y'all doing. She kick in the door, start choking me out.
On today's news,
Oh man.
End Time got put down by the love of his life. News at 11.
Oh man, I'm just having a good time, guys. Hopefully, if you guys are just laughing as much as I am, and we're just hanging tonight, just here and there and everywhere, just about anything. Yeah, we love our gaming, but sometimes we get into those moods and those seasons where, you know, enough is enough, man. You know, you get so wrapped up in life, so wrapped up in news, so wrapped up in all this nonsense, and you know, you forget to keep things drama free, you know, and do your gaming. I mean, it's bad enough. Henyo will tell you they've been working that man like Kunta Kente. That man from sunrise to sunset. He's been on the Discord like, this is how I feel today, and the man is drowning in work, but he's with us tonight, and we appreciate you guys being here, whether on youtube.com/drama free gaming, or again catching the audio on anchor.fm/DFG podcast. And you can listen to that on Spotify. You can listen to that on your Apple Podcast, your Google Podcast, and anywhere else that you please. What else is going on here in the chat? What's up?
Hold on.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna drop a bit of gaming news. Give me a quick thought on this.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Spencer acquiring Lifetime Achievement Award at the DICE Awards this month. Give me your quick thought.
Good for him. Like, I mean that. I don't mean to be sarcastic about it. Good for him. I think he's done a lot for the gaming industry, not just Xbox. He's a gamer. That's why I have respect. I have respect for Phil Spencer because he's shown that he's a gamer. So, you know, he's not just talking out of his butthole. So, yeah, for real. I
mean, he's made some great changes to gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And I give him a lot of credit.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the question of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Can you name the president of Xbox before Phil Spencer without using Google?
I don't care. Let's see. Slee says, I still use my imagination. Yeah, we know you use your imagination. You hardcore RPG. You never left that world.
Well, first off, Sleek, if you playing RPGs, you ain't got no imagination. The RPGs does it for you.
Well, you still got to envision yourself in the character, in the main character, you know, and so, like, when you build characters, especially like these character creations, don't you make those characters look like you, and you name them after like you and your family members and friends and your dog? And you know, we used to do that back in the days. Whenever we had like characters and we can name them, that's how we used to identify, you know, who was the wizard, who was the ranger, who was the thief. You just name them by your friends, and usually the names that you assigned to like your characters was characteristics of your real friends.
Yeah,
he's like, oh yeah, I know who I'm gonna put as a thief.
You know, I know if you know, there was a game back in the day called RPG Maker where you could literally build your own RPG, name the characters.
Okay.
And I'm fairly sure somebody probably put me as the butthole boss at a game somewhere. I'm cool with that. I understand. They were like, we're going to one-shot this dude because we don't like him. Blah.
Oh, man.
I bet they feel good doing it too. Feel good. Destroy me in the game.
You know, Henyo put in the chat, I remember PCing my first PC and then connecting a 14K modem. I'm sure he was like jumping out his skin. All of that for some low res porn, he says.
Right?
There was like no live action, nothing. Everything was just like still pictures. And you waited like 15 minutes to get that one picture, like
real, right?
Oh man, we did things growing up, man. It just these young whippersnappers today don't know how easy they got it, right?
I got one for you. How about the art of trading the games? That used to be I got that Mortal Kombat 1. I tell you what, I'll trade you that for, you know, NFL 95. Cool. There it is right there. You had to haggle, and I'll give you 2 for 1. This game just came out. I don't like it. I tell you what, I got 3. I'll trade you these for these.
You talk about between your friends and stuff? You used to do that?
Yeah, man, we used to do that all the time.
Man, we had one quote unquote friend. I'm not gonna name him, but he was older than us. He had the games. That brother wouldn't let go. Not even he wouldn't even let us borrow a game. He could have three. He could have 3-4 new games for like 3-4 separate consoles, and we'd be like, "Yo, can we like hold on to that game and we'll bring it back tomorrow?" Nah, man, I'm playing it. I was like, sucker, how you playing it? You got like 4 games.
that dude was like everybody else. Look, back in the day, that $59.99 took you a long way for a game.
Yeah. But I mean, he was old enough. He was married and stuff and whatnot. We used to just go over to his way. Henyo knows who I'm talking about. I used to get tight, but I said, you know what, man? Thinking about it now, I wouldn't let no punk ass kid my game, like you said. I'm like, this kid is gonna like take it. I'll probably never see them again. Then I'll have to hunt them down and kill them or something. But
okay, you ain't gonna kill no kid on the game. Nah, it ain't
man.
That serious.
Nah, you kill them like you smack them up a little bit. That's all.
I mean, now you might have to catch that Tyson left hook, but you ain't gonna. I mean, for real. Put you out to sleep on the ground.
And you said back then you could see the whole internet in 2 days. Yeah,
for real, right?
That's crazy. He loved the sound bits. And what does Sleek say? Sleek says still exists. What exists? Your imagination? The RPG Maker. Oh, the RPG Maker VX is the newest VX. It's
is it really?
What's that VX? Is that a Roman numeral? Was that like
that
VX
would be
is what, 15? Is it?
No, that would be XV because the X is 10.
Oh, so he put it backwards then.
Well, I mean, it's got to stand for something. You know how them PC heads are. I don't know nothing about that PC talk.
If he would have just wrote the number 15, we would have been all right.
He too busy clinking and clacking over there. That's why he can't do
Also, it was easier for him to type in VX.
Yeah,
okay.
Right? He like, hold up. I can't put the controller down just yet.
Right.
I gotta make sure my MP up right. Okay, now I can type this real quick. You know how Sleek get, man.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Henyo says that in reference to the low res still exists. He's talking about the porn. I'll take your word for it, brother.
I don't know. I don't think I want to venture into that. I'll let you have that, Henyo. I'll let that be all.
I'll stay away from that mess, bro, because that stuff will lock you down. You'll grow a full beard, come out like 3 months later out of your hole.
And you're walking out looking like Gandalf the Grey. Like, what happened, dude?
You shall not pass.
That dude ain't gonna pass nothing. He gonna be in his room. Hey, yo, where you at? Like, why your arm so swollen?
Oh man,
I'm sorry, Henyo. It ain't nothing but love, man.
Nah, man, no, that stuff will mess you up, bro. I'm serious, man. Yeah, people get hooked on all sorts of stuff, and I can't deal with that, brother.
I will take my gaming and getting addicted to gaming any day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though I don't even know what's coming out anymore, being honest with you. And honestly, for the first time tonight, I get to say it. I really just don't give a damn.
You don't give a damn. Yeah, same here. I like completely, to be honest, this week I completely like unplugged, and unless you guys posted something on the Discord, an article, whatever, and I just like glanced at it, I was like just in that sarcastic, I really don't care mood, and all because I'm in my VR world now, and VR has been so relaxing and so much fun that I don't know. I don't think I ever want to like leave.
Oh, don't you become one of them dudes that be like, I don't want to do VR. That dude gonna be like, what happened to End Time? He's sitting on the couch. That dude is a skeleton.
Dude,
VR
man.
Skeleton on.
I mean, you guys are watching. If you're watching on youtube.com/drama-free-gaming, again, smash that button, hit the subscribe. Listen, it's the least that you can do, all right? It doesn't take you but like a millisecond to hit the thumbs up. I really don't care. Hit the subscribe button. I really don't care. And leave a comment. As long as it's constructive or not, I'm going to delete it. But, just do that. And if you're looking on the video, like I was just saying, I'm playing Demio. And that's like that old school Dungeons and Dragons RPG. Those were the RPGs back in the day.
Wait.
Old school.
Demio. Is that like a VR?
Yeah, that's in VR. Don't you see me?
No, I'm in Discord. I'm not on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I forgot your computer can't do two things at the same time.
Oh, we taking shots now?
Ooh, body blow. Nah, just mess with you.
This dude hit me with the old punch out. Body blow. Uppercut.
But man, if you on your computer, you got your phone. You can like tune in on your phone.
Okay. First off,
man,
you said it tonight. I just don't give a damn.
I just don't give a damn. I just don't care.
I just don't care, man.
Oh, look who jumped into the chat. Dusty is in the chat. What's going on? And he jumped in there and he said F Sleek right off the top.
Wow, Dusty coming in swinging. Dusty coming in, rattling up the dust. That's what he doing.
He knew YouTube would block it if he used a 4-letter word, so he just came in F Sleek. But them two love each other, man. You've never seen a New York Boston love relationship like that. So, them brothers they love each other, man.
I'm gonna disrespect both of them.
Man.
Sleek, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the cheating Patriots. And Dusty, I'm going to give you the New York Mets. They both suck.
I don't think Dusty cares about the Mets.
Exactly. Who cares about the Mets that live in New York? Dusty, man. And he's from New York.
Yeah, man. But let me see. I'm going through this chat here. Sleek is saying, sorry, RPG Maker MZ. Oh, okay. Thank you for clearing that up because I still have no clue what MZ means. So, but yeah, thanks. That's the newest one. Oh, man.
Sleek, you can't come out here half-stepping. You're going to have to Charlie Brown it and not just go, here's a word.
Yeah, he said, I mean, I'm not going to look it up because you know what? I really don't care. So, good. I'll just take your word for it. But yeah, so Dusty, welcome into the chat. Glad you can just hang out with us and listen. I was talking to Dusty last night on chat while I was in VR. And I was editing another video that I dropped yesterday for Zenith, which is also in VR. That game is hot. That game is fire right now, bro, in VR. And like I said, I had kind of like this epitome. It kind of like blew my mind as I was playing VR yesterday. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
I think you meant epiphany, not epitome.
What did I say? I said epitome?
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was epiphany.
Okay.
And you taking that one from Charlie Brown.
Okay, well, thank you, sir.
Hey, man, you supposed to be the smart one here. I'm just trying to make this.
Yo, you know what? I've just been having like these brain farts, bro. Like, what does epitome mean, anyways? I'm trying to remember. I really can't think about what. Is it a word? Epitome? Somebody look it up in the chat. Do something with your lives, people. Look up the word epitome. I'm sure it's like EPITOME.
This dude said epitome. Like, yeah, I ain't even heard of the word before.
Look it up. I think it is a word. It sounds like it's a word.
I know about epiphany.
Yeah. No, epitome is a word. I think epitome is a word.
I mean, I used to know a girl named Tiffany, but
was she low res?
Well, I definitely wasn't watching her in I wouldn't watch her in 480i back in the day. I can tell you that much.
I mean, if you squint hard enough,
I know, right? Man, look at all that pixelated goodness.
Oh man, Sleek was Sleek. Dusty's saying that he wants VR. He wants that Dusty, VR, man.
Dusty,
yeah.
I ain't seen you pick up a joystick in 800 years.
That brother plays. He just doesn't, he's been working out there and stuff like that. But he plays. When he plays, he's on. He's on. He just probably puts his settings to like don't disturb. So, but he's talking about watch the Goonies.
This dude said the Goonies.
The Goonies.
What? So did Dusty say that?
Yeah, you see, epitome. I knew it was a word, man. I just didn't remember that it was. I'm having these cloudy moments. Honestly, guys, I should just print out a shirt or the saying and just slap it on the shirt and sell it to you guys and make like a fortune. Blame it on COVID. Because I forget things. If I don't say things, sometimes I could be talking to you about one thing, and then if something comes to mind, I gotta say it quick, because if I don't, I'll forget it just that fast. And I didn't used to have that issue before, but and people are like, okay, and I'm like, look, try to follow me in my conversation with you, because I could be talking to you about games, and the next thing you know, I'm talking to you about epitome. And Sleek says there, he used it in a sentence. Thank you, Sleek. You are the epitome of this chat. Okay, got you.
Well, see, Sleek, you've been taking shots at me for a while now, young man. And I really have to take you. I will give you a 90s ass whooping out here. I don't mean sit behind the keyboard typing it out.
Take him out.
Take it out to the backyard. We take it out to the back. Now we're gonna have a beer afterwards though, because that's how men do it. We don't sit behind the keyboard, type it out, and whine.
Listen,
we got to throw them hands.
Sleek's a big boy.
Heard about Sleek? I'll throw Sleek an RPG, and Sleek will be like, "Damn the fight! I gotta go play this game."
That's right. Oh man, but yeah. Dusty says, "Yeah, laugh out loud. I know, sorry, but hey, it's all good." Yeah, the COVID brain, guys. COVID brain is a real thing. You get like this brain fog, and it's. I just laugh. I laugh, to be honest, man. Sometimes tomorrow I got an interview at 1:00 through Zoom. But it's with people that I know and I used to work with 10 years ago. And dude, I've never been so excited and dreadful at the same time, because these people called me as soon as they saw my resume, and they were like, you want to come back? And I'm like, yeah, okay, if you have me. And they're like, yeah, but we don't want you applying for this like measly position you apply for. We need to put you up here with the big dogs. And I'm like, all right, that's cool.
Okay. Since
it's a trap.
It's a trap. All right. Man. Everybody out here, we all work, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Is it me, or is it nowadays the young fellas don't want to work no more? And I know Dusty. I'm sure Dusty can attest to this one.
Don't nobody want to work, brother. Nobody.
I'm sure Sleek sits back in his laid back office with all his game and goes, "Why you ain't working?" And I'm pretty sure they look right back at Sleek and go, "Why you ain't working?"
Listen. I'm gonna give you my 2 cents on this. I really don't care, but when people look and they when who would have thought that we would have lived in a time where McDonald's is hiring to pay you $15 an hour, okay? And they pay you daily, okay? You don't have to wait a week. They pay down here, you get paid by the day. At Wendy's, by the day, okay? They'll hire you for $15 an hour to flip a burger, okay? They'll give you a sign-on bonus. They'll give you a bonus just to interview, okay? I mean, that's like... I'm like, I was getting ready to go interview just to fill out the application interview and make the money for the rent.
This dude, look, all I got to do is sign up and you going to hand me this money? Cool.
Like, for real. For real. I'm like, wait, you going to pay me to fill out the application. You going to pay me to show up for the interview. You're going to pay me for the day's work on that day. That's all I need. I got my month's rent in one day. I don't need to work the rest of the month.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you. All right, so those of you that don't know, I work as well. I'm not, I'm not a suit and tie guy like these knuckleheads are. I actually got to work off the sweat of my brow.
Boy, here we go.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Are we gonna call you Kuta Kente now?
Swing low, sweet cherry. These cats be 20, 21, 18.
Yep.
I'm 42 years old, and I be looking at these cats dragging. I'm like, this job is easy. All you got to do is pick up the box.
Yeah.
Put it on the pallet. Pick up another box. Put it on the pallet. Drive a forklift. pick up the pallet and move it. Man, that's too much work. Okay, if I was 20, if I go back 20 years ago, when I was a young man, 20, and do what I'm doing now, I would be rich. I would never leave work. I didn't have kids. I didn't have nothing to do, and all I got to do is go to work.
Right?
Man, y'all just don't know.
Just banking. I mean, you know, right now, legit, to be honest, man, the world is so upside down, but with all this, I'm just going to use the terminology, all this free money that the government just like, they picked off their money-making trees and they sent to everybody and their mother's mother, and even the dog got a check. All right? They all went.
Lassie at the table with a paw out, like, I need that.
Brother, listen, I used to have, okay, I'm not going to name names or nothing because that's all confidential and all that other stuff. I don't want nobody knock on my door and come arrest me. But when I had my clientele, okay, and I used to carry cases where I knew that mom was a single mom and she had like 9 kids, okay, 9 kids and one on the way because there was always one in the oven, okay? So, and then the government turned around and they sent $2,500 per adult, okay? So my Dukes is getting $2,500. Then every kid is getting a G. You do the math, okay?
Hold up.
What? You ain't get that news? You ain't get your check?
What? Hold on. You do? Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
How you getting that kind of money and you still broke?
Brother, who said anything about being broke, man? People got money, they banked that money, they still did their side hustle. Why you think nobody wants to go back to work?
But people are broke out here. Don't let that, man, come on, dude. People don't want to do garbage. People don't want to work anymore.
They don't have to.
No, you got, okay. If you think Uncle Sam ain't going to take that money back, and he going to put a gun to your face and go, I need that. And you gonna go,
they're not gonna come back.
It to you.
Listen, it's like why you think all these. Let's say the truth. Look, this is my insider. You heard it here on Drama Free Gaming. You know why all these acquisitions are happening? You know why? You know why, right? You really know why? Because all these old school companies and all these old CEOs have been there milking the cow all these years. They're like, oh man, the pond is drying up. Let's go get our money. Let's get paid, right? And then we can just ride off into the sunset because just like the government, man, they're not coming to get back the money. They're coming for your freedom. They're coming for your firstborn.
You know what?
They're like, nah, we don't want your money. We got a machine that makes money. We want you. We're going to tell you what to do, how to do it, who to do it with, when, where. Psh, that's coming, brother.
And I'm going to be right in the woods, looking like Gandalf the Grey, looking dusty. And my bad, Dusty, but I'm going to be looking dusty. And they're going to be like, we need you to come to work. I'm going to be like, I don't know you. I don't speak English. I don't know nothing about no work.
Keep sleeping, young people. Keep sleeping.
Yeah, for real.
Because
they're going to be hemming y'all up by the dozens. Like, hey.
I'm closer to the other side of eternity than I am to living a longer life. So come, Lord Jesus.
Preacher man.
Hey. I know where my hope lies in, man. I ain't got no illusions of that. Hey, like I told you guys know me well. I'm not perfect. I ain't trying to be perfect, but you know what? I know where I'm going, man. I know when I check out, I know where I'm heading. I know where I'm going. I don't put no confidence in no flesh, in no government, in no political party, in no council or product or what. Promise me the world, you can have all that. Okay? I'm going to stick with the book and I'm good. Henyo said that he used to get $3.25 an hour to make chicken at Roy Rogers. And Dusty said his minimum wage was $4.50.
Man, I did $6.25 working at a movie theater.
Yeah,
I was sweeping popcorn as an usher.
Sleek says no suit and tie for him. Yep, that's what Henios is saying. What we were just talking about, that to sway a vote for a political party. I'm all this stuff, and it just repeats itself over and over. It's like that groundhog posting that groundhog that Henyo puts. Sometimes I feel like that, man. Like we're caught in this every day. It just repeats itself. The same nonsense. I'm telling you, there's a way out of it. And it ain't what the world is offering. I'm telling you that. This has already been foretold. It's already etched. And some people know better, but they just want to act stupid. So you know what? Stupid is, stupid does. You keep being stupid.
Don't you be bringing Forrest up in here?
I'm just letting you know. Because even Forrest got it.
No. Oh, Forrest got it all right.
Yeah, he got it.
He got it all right. It took Forrest how many years to figure it out?
He figured it out. That's all I'm saying.
It took him a long time, but he figured it out.
I mean, there is willful stupidity because it's not ignorance, okay? Because when it's willful, it's because you know and you don't want to know. So that's not ignorance. At that point, it's just stupidity. So there's willful stupidity, and then there's actual ignorance. But man, in the world we live in, with all this media and that surrounds us, and we're plugged in 24/7, man, you got to be living under a rock, off the grid, somewhere in like some sort of like deserted society, somewhere in the woods or something, like out in the Amazon or something, for you not to know. So ain't nobody got no excuse, man. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm telling
you, man, everybody should just go get a mobile home and run.
Mobile home.
That's what you do.
You ain't getting me in the mobile home.
No, because you ain't on the grid. You just chilling, like you just out here.
I ain't
rolling.
No, you don't know how people drive on these highways, man. Somebody gonna die.
Oh, you mean like your boy down in Florida when he decided to shoot his gun at
we
people?
We ain't even gonna talk
water
about that.
bottle at me. I'm just come on.
We ain't even gonna talk about that. We just it's a crazy world. World's upside down and stuff. But yeah. That's my take. I heard somebody out here, out of the many videos and stuff that I watch, and people, and some I actually listen to because I think they are informed and educated, and they actually give you something to think about, something of substance. But somebody out here said that they looking at the industry and they see that the industry is like resetting. Because the EA that you knew and I knew, the Ubisoft, Sega, that we knew, is not the same Sega of today. They're not. It's not the same Electronic Arts of today. Those memories and those games and those things that we experience, it's a whole different bunch of people now. And these companies getting taken over, acquired, whatever you want to call it, is just doing away with them, absorbing them. There's who's next? Who's gonna pop up in their place? And I think that's legit, and I think it might do the industry some good. If we're gonna talk a little bit about gaming, and there goes YouTube being stupid, but yeah. That's my take on it.
I heard YouTube go dumb too.
Yeah, YouTube just going stupid. They just decide to. It's okay.
I'm just going to say this, and I agree with you. The gaming of old is dead. The only way retro gaming stays alive is we keep it alive.
Yeah.
We the people, the old heads, the people that love retro gaming and all those old games, we keep it alive.
Right.
The new head, well, you pretty much abandoning us and going to VR. That's what you checking out to. This dude say, I don't care about none of this.
Yeah, I'm
going
care.
VR.
Let me tell you something. If I can say this real quick, what I was gonna say like about a half hour ago, right? When I used the word epitome instead of epiphany, I had an epiphany playing VR, and being in the VR space, guys. I don't know if you'll agree with me unless you're there, unless you experience it yourself. But going into VR, playing VR, it wasn't my first time. I played on PS on the PlayStation VR. Oculus is way better, but playing in VR again and going to these games, first of all, the graphics are not all that, okay? They're not 4K, 120 hertz, photorealistic. We're talking about just some games, 720, 1080, maybe at the max. Everything's really basic. There's no like textures. There's nothing that looks real and all that other stuff. Whatever does look real is like photographed and like pasted. But when you're in this world and you're in the VR world, this epiphany that I got was like, whoa, wait a minute. This is an area in gaming that is beginning to birth and bring forth, gaming like back in the days when we was playing on our Atari and our Activision, and ColecoVision, when we was experiencing gaming at the beginning. And that's what I see with VR. Like, they're beginning to start to put out these games that are not blowing anybody's mind, but what you're able to do in the games with the tech is fun. It is so much fun. I'm not thinking about anything but the game that I'm playing, and what makes it so immersive is having that headset on, and you really are completely disconnected from what's going on around you in your real space. And that's dope. I mean, that experience itself was like, you don't remember growing up playing and you would be so like wrapped up in your game that your mom would be calling you or whatever, you ain't here, and then she call you and it got tired of calling you, come in and then grab you by the ear because you was just at that point oblivious.
Well, hold on. Let's be real. Let's take it back to our parents, not today's parents. If I was getting called playing the game, I was getting punched in the jaw. Hey, I need you to come in and do this. Hold on. Excuse me?
You wouldn't even get the words out your mouth.
For real, right? What you say? It was hold on. What? Whack. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Pause and walk right on out. It wasn't no hold on, wait and see.
Nope.
No pause button. I'm gonna turn off. What you do that for? And then you catching one to the jaw, and you gotta wear it.
Yeah, man.
He had no choice.
Yeah.
So you young kids out here, y'all got it made.
Yeah.
I caught many a ass whooping for gaming. Many.
But that's my point, right? You would sometimes experience those things, right? Because you were so caught up in your game. Like we were saying earlier, right? We used our imagination to fill in the gaps. So, you go back and you're playing a game like that's a classic now, Castlevania, Mega Man. You look at these games and some people, this generation, they'll look at those games, they go, man, that game is garbage. Like, look at it. Like, how did you play this game? But for us growing up, we used our imagination. The game actually felt better. The experience was more engrossing, and we would get lost in the game just because the game itself was fun. That's what VR, in my opinion, is hitting right now. It's fun. Like, look at the video, guys. If you guys are watching the video, I go over to youtube.com/drama-free-gaming and look at this video. In my left hand in the VR set, I'm looking at like my playing cards for each of my characters. I see my character like animating down in the dungeon below me. I can move that table around, zoom in, zoom out. I can get right into the middle of the action of what's going on there and experience all that. I had to imagine all of that before. Now it's like it's there in front of me like if it was real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a whole other level, a whole other layer of experience. And what I was telling Dusty before I forget was it's not just gaming. Like, I was blown away that we can actually hook up in a VR space and I can make a private room and invite him into my private cinema, and I can use a backdrop I can set my room up to look like an old school movie theater or a modern movie theater, or it could be a home, a home cinema setup. I mean, it's dope. And you come in there with your avatar. I come in there. We can throw popcorn at the screen, tomatoes. We can laugh, watch a movie, and all that. And he's in his space up in New York. I'm over here in Florida, but we're in the same space. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just adds that layer and that dimension, which I'm loving, man. I hope more people get into the VR space, man, so they can see what I'm talking about.
In 20 years, and let's all be real, 20 years, this gaming is going to be in virtual reality. We all going to be out here like Sword Art Online. I'm going to be in my 60s, laying across my bed, talking noise with a VR, probably with VR, because I'm saying I'm not going to get it, but I know I'm going to end up with it. And I'm going to be going, back in my day, all I had was a Nintendo joystick and 2 buttons. Now, I got this whole thing, and I can hang out with my homeboys everywhere. And, as negatively as we can speak about gaming, a lot of positive is gaming has brought people closer together. Because I came up with the only way I could meet people, there were 2 ways back in the day for gaming: your friends or the arcade. Now, look how many people we can meet. Me and you, we met on Division.
Yeah.
Off a whim. It was just off a whim, and it was like, and the next thing you know, it just grew from there. And
yeah,
I do give today's gaming a lot of credit for bringing people closer together. Except you trolls and you knuckleheads that think people want to see your Peter. I'm gonna send a picture of my Peter across the internet because I can. Man, get out! Come on, man.
Yeah, and and a lot of ground has even been made in that area. We've talked about it before, where I was pleasantly surprised that I could go into one of these rooms and set up a private room. It's by invite only. I could send you the code. You come in, so I don't have to deal with the knuckleheads. Don't have to deal with all that drama. If I go into someone else's room that I don't know and I just want to see a movie, I could put a bubble around me, and no one can get into my view, to block off with their avatar the screen. I can mute everybody with one button. It's amazing, so it doesn't ruin the experience. It actually makes it so much more enjoyable. And it's just getting better, guys. But VR is one of those things that you just can't, even today, you can't explain it. You have to experience it. Because even watching it on a screen, it doesn't do it any justice, man. It's when you put on that headset and you dive into that world, you're like, oh, snap, you get it. It's like, it's like Ariel from, what was that? What was that movie?
Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid, right? When she jumps out the water and she goes, a whole new world. That was me with my VR set. I was like, a whole new world.
No, let's be honest. You were old man in that thing. Wait, what do I need to do here? Hold on now. If I do this happens?
Man, I was hitting buttons, clickety clackety. I learned from building my PC, that experience, and just, tinkering and having to get over the fear of breaking things, that you have to hit buttons, man. You have to figure it out because there's nobody gonna come right alongside you and hold your hand. So there was stuff that up to the other day I was still like, what does this button do? How do I get to this menu? Wait, where did that window go? Just I'm just gonna reset this whole thing and start from scratch. But it's great, man. The experience in VR is awesome. It's awesome. I can't recommend it enough, and I can see why. For Oculus or Meta or whatever they're calling it, because I really don't care what they call it. It's selling out. You go to the stores, and if you find one and you remotely interested, grab it up. You can probably get it on Amazon. It's easier to do that. It's probably gonna be there and more readily available. But
be real with you. I just left my Wally World today. They had a whole case of them.
Yeah. I mean, you can walk into. I got mine at Wally World, but the $299 for the Oculus, is that what you're looking at, the Oculus Quest 2? The $299 one is going to sell out much faster than the $399.
What's the difference?
It's just how much space you got on it. But I got the one that has lesser space on it. I'm nowhere near as close to filling that thing up.
But isn't the space expandable though?
I mean, there's ways to connect it to like your computer, because you can play Steam VR games on it. So you're not just limited to the Oculus store. I also have this other app that opens up another store called SideQuest, and I get a bunch of like free games from there and demos from there that they don't have on the Oculus store. So you're not just limited to Zuckerberg's domain.
Well, Zuckerberg got his own problems right now, so we ain't even gonna get into him.
Well, I don't know, because I don't care. I don't follow the news. I don't follow Zuckerberg.
I'm just gonna say that Zuckerberg just lost $220 billion. So
oh wow!
He got his own problems.
Wow!
Yeah, so like I said,
as long as I have peanut butter in my cupboard, I'm good. Peanut butter and strawberry jam. I don't need no $200 billion.
What is up with you and peanut butter and some kind of jam?
Peanut butter? No, not some kind. Strawberry jam. That's it.
Oh, you trying to say you got something against grape?
Grape.
You said that.
Yeah, grape. I grew up with grape. I grew up with grape jelly. Listen, I grew up with grape jelly. I can't stand it now. I grew up with corned beef. I can't stand it now. Okay, so those are like two items on my list that I ate so much of growing up that now it's like, nope. I don't like the look. I don't like how it tastes. I don't offer it to me. So
you know what I had too much of as a kid?
What's
ramen
that?
Noodles.
Ramen noodles. Ugh, kids eat that today. Like,
oh man, I look at it now and I'm like, I used to eat this as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You can't serve it to me now. Like it has to be one of them days. Mm-hmm. My stomach is at my spine.
Yeah.
I can't eat nothing. I'm like, like legitly, it's like that's like the Great Depression food for me now. Like we can't have nothing in the house. Then I'll boil me up a pack.
Nah, man, I won't go near no ramen noodles. Nope. I'd rather fast. Sausage. Give me sausage.
Look here. I guarantee you right now, if them cupboards were empty.
Nope.
And that refrigerator didn't have nothing in it.
Nope.
And somebody had some grape jelly sitting right there. You're gonna be like, well, you know what? About to eat this jelly right here, right now. I guarantee it.
Nah, man. You don't know me.
No, I do know you. I know you ain't gonna sit there and starve to death.
I'll pass up. I'll wait till you eat the jelly. Take you out back. Chop off your leg.
Wow. Oh, this dude go chew on. You gonna roast me though? I'm not good for human consumption, sir.
Oh man. Henyo says he'll make it up. Yeah, Zuckerberg will make it up by next month. Over the weekend he'll make it up. And Sleek says pocket money for the suck. Yeah.
And you know what? Both them brothers, right?
Yeah.
I could never in my lifetime look at some stats and go, I just lost $220 billion. I'm all right. I wouldn't know what to do with that kind of money. I would like cry.
Brother, no.
I would be like, life is over with.
No, because you know how it goes. And this is not true for everybody, but you know the saying. It says the more you make, the more you spend. And most people, that's like we were talking a little bit whiles ago, people are not like stashing money away and whatever. They're like, oh, free money. I'm getting what? I'm getting $1,000 per kid. I got 9 plus 1 on the way plus $2,500 because I'm mom, dad, or whoever. Let me do the math. That's about $14,000. I've never had that much money in my life. Let me go get a brand new everything. So
yeah, and then when you're sitting around and go, hey, all right, it's time for you to pay that rent.
Well, I can't pay it. I can't pay. And then the government comes in and says, well, landlords should not be pushing people to pay their rent, so we're going to suspend that. That's what's happening now. You know how many people are waiting in the cities? Ask Kenyo. There's people waiting in the cities that haven't paid their mortgage/rent since COVID struck. Okay. And I'm not saying that everybody's taking advantage of it. There's some legit cases. But brother, I learned the hard way. But I was glad that I was a good steward, because I wasn't stupid with my money and wrapped up in all this debt and whatever. But I got sick. And when I got out a month later, there was no more job for me, no more salary, okay? And I have not worked since September because I've been recovering. And let me tell you, I've lacked nothing. You know why? First of all, because God is good. God is faithful. Okay, I'm a man of faith, all right? And I got people that surround me that love me, care for me, pray for me, and they support me, all right? Because they know my testimony. They know I don't mess around like that. And I'm out here, living la vida loca. Okay. And I've lacked nothing. My family has lacked nothing. And when I went out to go look for help from the quote unquote programs, dude, doors were shut down quickly. It's like I got sick at the end of the programs being available. And as soon as I got out, they say, "Oh, brother Anton got out. Let's shut it down."
Yeah, for real. That brother came.
Brother, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know how people live on $250 a week from unemployment. Okay, and I've had to kick, bite, and fight for $250 a week. A week. Okay, they didn't give me the first 6 weeks. Because they were like, they asked me all the questions except the crucial one. Were you affected in your employment by COVID? They never asked that question. It was, were you available to work? Are you available to work now? Are you breathing? So you can work. You got no excuse. And I'm like,
okay. If I'm sitting at the computer and I'm writing this and you got the nerve to ask me if I'm breathing, you ought to be shot in the face for that.
Let me tell you, it's a topsy-turvy world. And I'm just saying it because it's sad but true. You might have legit needs. You might need that help. But I'm going to tell you, take it from me. Learn a lesson in this podcast. If you've listened this far, learn this of me. When things is good, when the blessings are coming down and the cash flow is flowing, do yourself a favor. Take some of that money, stash it up. Take some of that money, invest it into something. Put it somewhere where you can't touch it. Because I'm going to guarantee you, COVID is the least of your worries. There's worse that's coming down the line. Okay, and I ain't no prophet. I don't got no crystal ball. I'm not no gloom, doom, the end of the world stuff. No, there's more stuff that's coming, and there's going to be people caught with their pants down. You know why? Because they're going to be living life like they ain't got a care in the world, and they're waiting for whoever's in office to take care of them. That's not going to happen, people. Stash up for yourself and for your immediate family. Do what you got to do now, because when them fat cows get skinny, I'm going to tell you, you heard Jay talking about that grape jelly. That's all you going to have to look for. You ain't going to have no bread, crackers, nothing to put that on. It's going to be straight up grape jelly.
I'm going to be real with y'all. When COVID first started, and I lost my job, and I was one of those people that had to eat it and take unemployment because I couldn't go back to work. I made $218 a week, and this was in 2020 when everything first.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I can sit here and I can talk a big game about not not eating and having a full refrigerator, but when you got to make that nickel stretch, when you got to make a nickel $5.
Yeah.
And times are rough.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people don't know what strife and struggle truly is. Mm-hmm. Because everybody's used to just, we're going to hand it to you, and then that's it.
Yeah.
I at least came back where I knew what struggle was. I knew, what having the meal and, food having to last a week until you could go back to the store to get something else. I knew that feeling.
Right.
So I have a basic know-how of how to survive and how to make food stretch, which is a very good skill to have. So if anybody out there and you're listening to me, learn how to make budget meals from what you have around the house. Practice it, because one day you're gonna need it.
Mm-hmm.
One day you're gonna look at a something you would never buy. It could be a skirt steak that people won't even touch it. That skirt steak might be the best meal you'll ever have. So don't play around with it. As End Time said, stack your duckies, tuck something away from a hard time.
You got to, man. You got to. You gotta be wise.
Yeah, but I ain't saying stop gaming. But eventually, when you get old and gray like us, gaming will take a back seat. You just won't realize it. Sometimes you go, man, I ain't played in like a week, and you'll just be like, oh well.
Yeah. We
and that's
we had those moments, right? Yeah, I mean priorities, right? Life priorities, kids, our surroundings, our livelihood. It's you speaking truth, brother. That's Henyo says he's never had the thought of manipulating anything with money. Maybe leaving a tip for my next visit. Zuck makes more money in his sleep in one night than we'll make in 10 lifetimes. Yeah, I mean, you know what?
I agree.
I don't knock anybody for making money. If you make money, all I'm saying is be wise. That's it. You make $10 or $10 gazillion, be wise. Because just like you on top today, tomorrow you're going to be down in the valley. It can happen to anybody at any time. Ain't nobody untouchable. Nobody. Zuckerberg, if he don't take care of himself, could be, he could be at the bottom of the hill tomorrow.
Nah, if you think Zuckerberg ain't got nothing tucked away.
Yeah, well, that's again, I don't live his life and I don't care, to be honest.
I'm with you.
Yeah, Sleek says Suck makes more money in his. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, oh, Dusty says the 250 that I mentioned before, because just to be clear, 250 was it's actually 242 because the max is 275, but they gotta tax you on that too.
Sam gotta get his.
Yeah, they gotta tax you. So by the time it gets to me, it's 242, and Dusty says, yeah, that's my cell phone bill a month. Yeah, so again, I'm not saying this as a woe is me story or anything. All I'm saying is I'm thankful that I did put something up, and I've always done that. And I've taught my kids to do that and not be dependent on the next person or who's in office from whatever party or whatever. No, that's all going to hell in a handbasket. Okay. I could care less who's in the office. I respect, that's a whole different story, okay? But I can care less because my hope is not in them. My provision does not come from them. My life does not come from them. My livelihood does not come from them. I need to take care of that, and I need to look at the one who's above all the kings and all the presidents and all the people that claim to have the answers. But that's me. That's just my thoughts, okay? You ain't got to think like me. You ain't even got to care, because I don't. I don't care.
Well, we all have a 1% care threshold. And I only said 1% because that's how much I really care much right now.
Yeah.
1%. That's my threshold.
You care. You see who cares the moment you on that plane and that plane's going down and people start praying and you're like, wait, I thought you was an atheist.
Yeah, right.
Who you praying to?
Well, there was a saying, they go, when you're on the plane and it's going down, do you put the oxygen mask on the person behind you, beside you, or do you put it on yourself?
Yeah. Strap that bad boy on yourself.
Put it on yourself.
Right.
Because ain't nobody else looking out for you.
Right. Well, and I'll tell you what, it's crossed my mind because I think like that. I'm like, if the plane's going down and I put the mask on myself, does it really matter? Because I'm going to die anyway. So maybe I want to pass out before I hit the ground.
Well, at that point, dude, you might as well just kick the door open and jump out. Just like, I'm just going for it.
Nah, that's okay. I'll take the crash and burn explosion. Insta death.
So you don't think if you open that door and you fly out, you're gone.
You're gone, man. You're gone. But I mean,
why
rush it?
I would rather go out like that than in the fiery furnace of a plane crash.
Well, I mean, it's no man knows the day nor the hour, right? But that day of reckoning is coming for everybody, whether you like it or not, whether you believe or not in whatever it is or whatever it is that you say you don't. That day's reckoning is coming. And so, you know what? I'm going to end it with that, man, because we talked about a little bit about everything. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves this evening, enjoyed this podcast. Again, we just kind of like let it hang today. And this felt like one of those old school podcasts we used to do back in the days, right? Jay, we used to just get in here and just talk about all sorts of mess.
Yeah, I think, in all honesty, tonight's show was actually extremely fun. Just letting it hang out, just being ourselves. If you guys want more of this, all you got to do is leave a comment, like, subscribe. It's free. That's better than what Uncle Sam will give you, because the money he give you ain't free. But a push of a button, a click of a button. Just move your finger an inch. You don't have to like me, but you can at least hit the like button.
Yeah, no, you ain't gotta like me. You gotta love me, okay? So hit that subscribe.
You
hit the thumbs up.
Love, huh? Is that what it is?
Yeah, no, that's what I tell people around me. I'm like, you ain't gotta like me. You gotta love me, okay? You gotta treat me right, and that's just how it is. But anyways, guys, like Sleek says, he don't want to get sucked into a plane engine on the way out. He's gonna pass on that one. So yeah, he's like me. That brother's been seeing all these movies, but that's the truth, man. That's the truth.
That brother said that like he just watched Final Destination from back in the
Oh my gosh. But yeah, guys, appreciate you hanging out here, being on Drama Free Gaming, where we definitely do keep it drama free. Hey, our opinions are our own. Hopefully, you're not that sensitive. And if you are, then you're in the wrong place and you listen too long. We're all about having fun. We're all about our gaming, wherever our gaming take us, whether that's on whatever platform that we want to play on or in VR, where I'm at right now. And I'm going to stay there for a while until a bunch of this stuff just blows over. And yeah, just have fun, people. Keep your gaming, keep your life, keep everything and everyone around you drama free. Jay, good night. I will catch you on the next one. All right, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will be here. Same bat time, same bat channel.